Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? David Taub here, co-creator of NextLevelGuitar.com. Hope all is well, and I hope your guitar journeys are going famously. Today I'm going to show you an easy way to start learning to connect your scale shapes together across the fretboard. So you're playing a little bit more across in a little more fluid manner than I'm kind of getting you out of the mindset of always thinking in terms of boxes and playing vertically, and more across the neck in this more fluid kind of manner, and start seeing the scale more as like one big shape, one big opportunity, one big combination of notes and intervals than all these individual separate little boxes. This time we're going to do it with natural minor scale, which is also called the Aeolian mode. You might have heard it called that. You might have heard it called pure minor. Those three terms are synonymous. So I'm going to show you two natural minor shapes off the low E string and A string roots. Great scales. You could use these in rock and blues and jazz. I mean, they're just must-knows. We're going to be in the key of B for this, B minor, because the jam track that we're going to be using in coming videos is in the key of B minor. So it's all tied together. This is a whole master plan. This head is more than just a hat rack, my friends. Off of the A string root, remember we're in the key of B, so just find that B note with your first finger on the A string, and it's at the second fret, right? And so on the A string, you're going to use your first finger, 1, 3, 4, on the second, fourth, and fifth frets, and then repeat that on the D string, second, fourth, and fifth frets. Then on the G string with your first and third finger, on the B string, 1, 2, 4 fingering, and then 1, 2, 4 fingering on the high E on the second, third, and fifth frets. So you have this descending. And if you want to throw the notes in on the low E string, those notes would be second fret, third fret, fifth fret, first finger, second finger, fourth finger. But I really want you to start it and emphasize that B note, because that's how we're playing this in the key of B minor. And that's such a great shape, you could find it anywhere in any key. Just move that first finger to the root. If we wanted to play this in the key of D, just find the D note on this A string, which would be here, right, at the fifth fret, and play the exact same shape. Now we're in the key of D minor. All right, to find this shape, this is on the low E string root. We're in the key of B, so this shape is at the seventh fret here, first finger, because that's our B note, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to play the 7th, 9th, and 10th fret, first, third, and fourth fingers on the low E string, then do the same thing, 7, 9, and 10 fret on the A string. Then play the 7th and 9th fret on the D string with your first and third fingers. Then go a half step back and play the 6th, 7th, and 9th frets on the G string with your first, second, and fourth finger. So that, with the transition, looks like this. So you gotta kind of grab that one fret back, then go one fret up again, and on the B string you're gonna play the 7th, 8th, and 10th frets. I use my first, second, and fourth finger, and then on the high E you're gonna play the 7th, 9th, and 10th. I use my first, third, and fourth. So all together you get this slow descending. So just go up and back with that and get real comfortable. That's in the key of B minor. If I wanted to play it in the key of A, such a great shape because your first finger tells you what key you're in. Just find the A note on the low E string, which would be at the 5th fret, and play the exact same shape. Now we're in the key of A minor. And once you learn it, you really want to practice it back and forth. Keep rolling it and get super fluid so it's just kind of automatic, you know? And the other great thing about this exercise is that once you start listening to these intervals and these notes, you'll hear it when a note is out of key, when you hit the wrong one, because it will sound so foreign, you know. And I talk about these a lot in my lessons about getting that ear developed, because I think it's one of the most important things that you could do as a musician, as a guitar player, is develop your ear. So listen for the notes, because you'll hear the ones that if you hit a wrong one, you'll be, oh, That sounds definitely out of key. And this all will contribute to good ear development and training. The intervals in a natural minor scale are root, a second, flat third, fourth, fifth, flat sixth, and flat seventh. We're in the key of B, so those notes are going to be B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, and A. Anywhere you play them, same thing. We play it down here on the second fret, you're still going to have B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A. Then the notes just repeat. So what this exercise will eventually do for you is it's going to allow you to start seeing these connections, these ways to move across the neck, and you'll be able to punch licks in and connect and phrase together in a more fluid manner than kind of playing in a box, stopping, moving to the next box, where that can sometimes sound a little disjointed. Instead, you get stuff like this, where you're moving across the neck. Just a much more way of kind of fluid way, or another way of moving across the neck. So these two B natural minor scales, the one being off the 7th fret low E string, is kind of in this position of the neck. And then the other one off of the A string root at the 2nd fret is kind of here. So we have here and here. So let me show you a way how to practice connecting these scales, zigzagging back and forth. And this is going to open up all kinds of lick ideas between the two to get you out of that kind of playing in the box type mentality. On our scale on the high E string, we're going to start it on the high E string here at the 10th fret. And those three notes are 10, 9, and 7th fret. We're playing a D, a C sharp, and there's our root note B. Then if we go back a whole step, we're in this other shape, right? Where it's 5th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret. So altogether you get this. Right? So this is kind of going to get you connecting together. So you start up here and you work down this way. Now when you get to the end of the 2nd fret, now you're going to hop up to the B string, and now we're going to take all the notes this way. And then when we get to the end, we're going to hop up to the G string and go this way. And then continue up the whole scale, combining these two shapes. So you're always going back, get to the end, up, you know, then zigzag back, then up, zigzag back, up, back, up. So the whole thing will sound like this. And on those B's, always know where those B's are. Your root note, okay? So all I did there, what we just did on the high E string, then when I get to the B string, you hop up and you're going to play that 2nd, 3rd, 5th frets. Then you got to hop up to the 7th, 8th, and 10th, right? That was our position here in this shape. Then when I get done with that one, I'm going to go to the G string, up to the G string, 9th, 7th, and 6th. Then I got to go back, 4th and 2nd on the G string. Right. And pretty soon you'll start seeing all these nice ways to connect with licks between the two scales. Because you'll know these kind of, and you'll start to hear the notes by ear, and let your ear guide you to all those hip landing notes. So all together so far. Then when you get down here on the G string, you hop up to the D string, and same thing. Those notes in that scale are 2nd, 4th, and 5th fret. Then you gotta hop over only 2 notes in the shape, right? On the D string, and then and there, then we go to the A string, 10, 9, 7, and 5th, 4th, 2nd on the A string. Then one for a 2nd, 3rd, and 5th fret on the low E, and all the way up to the 7th, 9th, 10th. Then just back it down to start all over again. And you're it back on the root note B. All together slow. All right, so now you know the technique. Stay tuned to the next lesson where we'll put a jam track to this in the key of B minor, and where I'll start teaching you some of these licks and lick techniques and coming up with some cool stuff across the neck just using these two. Now obviously you want to eventually learn this B minor natural minor scale in all the positions, right? But this is a good jump off point. And these scales are incredibly useful and so quick to grab, especially these two, because you find them so easily with your first finger, either on that A string or on that low E string, you know, in that key, on that note, and just blast them off from there. So they're incredibly useful scales. Learn those notes, not just the fingerings, so important, you know, not just learning, you know, the shape. You know, you want to learn the intervals, you want to learn the notes. It will take you so much further in your guitar journey, right? Go to our website, nextlevelguitar.com. We have over 900 video lessons for beginners, intermediates, advanced. We get into stuff like this much more in depth. There's over 900 video lessons, all genres of music, written lessons, video lessons, chord library, guitar forum. It's packed. Check it out. There's a 3-day free pass right now on the homepage, so you can give the site a test drive, see how you like it. All right, I'm David Taub, co-creator of Next Level Guitar. Keep putting those guitars in your hands every day. Even if it's only for 10 or 15 minutes, it makes such a big difference. We're going to keep rocking on. See you in the next lesson. Get ready to rock. Take care and rock on.